welcome back to another vlog. Today is Monday, August 14th. This is all new plant pots for the shop. Finally, they have arrived. We placed the order back in June. I believe it was like June 27th when they shipped, and they just got here today, so that's how long it actually does take when you're buying wholesale stuff like overseas. It can take quite a while. We've already gotten our multiples and our plant display cases, so this was the last big wholesale order that I was waiting on. I ordered all types of sizes this time, and I ordered like some different styles and stuff, so let's go ahead and check it out. Unfortunately, I have to count each and every one to make sure that the correct amount is in there. I also need to check if there's any damages as well, because that did happen last time. Okay, let's start with this one. And I'm really hoping I actually have the space for these. I'm gonna try to fit them into the current shelf that I have with all the plant pots, but I did order a lot more than last time. This is my second pot order. The last order I did was actually last year, and those pots have lasted me this whole time. We're only down to like maybe 20 to 30 of the pots left of each size, and one has completely sold out for like the last like 2 months. So yeah, it definitely did last a while, but I will say that back then I didn't have as much traffic as I do now. I don't really know how fast these are gonna go. I think once I get about halfway through them, I'll make an order again so that I can make sure I always have them so that we don't sell out again. This is what they look like when they come. They come bubble wrapped like this. This one looks like a 6-inch. This box is all 6-inch pots. I only sell clear pots on my shop. That's kind of my thing, and I only use clear pots, so it makes sense. These are the 4-inch pots. We already have them on the shop, and I think that these are 5 inches in here. I kind of just stuffed them in here to make them fit. Yeah, so 5 inches here. So the style I just showed you, that is our typical round pot. I have another style on my site which is slightly taller, and it has like air slots on the side. I only had purchased that originally in a 5.5-inch pot. So I decided to go ahead and get those again, but I got them in bigger sizes as well. And I got the regular pots in bigger sizes too. I don't know off the top of my head in inches, but it's 18 centimeters. These are 8 inches. Oh my God, this is huge. This is exactly what we've been needing. Look how big these are, you guys. Holy crap, these are 9-inch pots, you guys. Okay, so then these are the 5.5 ones. These are the ones that we've had before, the slotted. I definitely ordered 3 styles of these, I'm pretty sure, but I only have 2. I just unboxed everything, and I am definitely missing some sizes. I'm gonna just give it a few days, because sometimes this does happen where they only send a couple boxes at a time. So like for instance with the display cases, I literally was getting boxes of those every single day for like 7 days straight until it was finally done. I don't know why they don't bring it all at the same time, but I think that's what's happening here. So I am missing like a whole size. I don't even have like any of them yet, so I think it's just gonna take a little bit. Looking back at my invoice, yeah, I'm definitely missing stuff. If I don't get everything by this Thursday, I'm just gonna restock these ones that we have, and then once I get them, I'll put them up on the shop as well. The whole reason that I got a lot of the bigger sizes was because somebody in particular had sent me a message like, I'm looking for the big ones, I can't find them. I think it would be awesome for you to have it on your shop. Like we went back and forth like talking about like, you know, these plant pots and everything, and how this person like loved them and would love to just buy them from me versus like on Amazon or whatever. And the person that I am talking about is Michael. His YouTube channel is The Planted Eye. Unfortunately, a few months ago he did pass away. I do just want to mention that it was because of him that I decided to go ahead and get these bigger sizes, so I owe it all to him. So rest in peace to Michael, but thank you so much for the idea, and thank you for everything that you shared on your YouTube channel and shared with all of us out here as well. Today is Wednesday, August 16th, and tomorrow I'm going to be restocking my shop on Thursday. So I picked out some plants to restock, and I picked out some that just need some updated pictures overall. As you can see in the background, I have all the pots still on the table. Haven't got around to that, but I do need to get them up on the shop as well. So I'm going to be getting some photos of those. I'm hoping I can somehow funnel majority of them onto this shelf here. We might have to use the very top as well. Right now at the top I just have like my potting mix bins that I just keep keep up here, but I can just easily move them. But we're probably gonna reconfigure this whole shelf to just be pots. So we'll probably work on that today as well. So I picked out a few plants here, as you can see. Before I show you guys, I wanna show you guys some updates on the propagations that we recently put in the acrylic plant display cases. So let's go check those out. All right, so these are the two most recent boxes I made. I had a couple of these props like in these little bins underneath of here, but I figured they would be much better off in like this type of display case because it's airtight and it does retain the humidity. So I want to make mention that I did have my Govee hygrometer in this one. I've had it in there for a few days since I think Saturday when I last watered all of these plants. As of this morning, it's not working, and I did just change the batteries on Saturday. So I don't know if it's because it got too humid in there. I don't know what happened, but it's not working now. Yesterday when I checked it, the temperature was like 80 degrees in here, and the humidity was going from 75 between 78. And that's off of the one watering that I did on Saturday. So these definitely do hold the humidity, especially if you have like props in here that have water. This one is a mixture of potting mix, like little seedlings, and the perlite water ones. So I feel like obviously it's going to have a little bit more humidity because the perlite ones have water in it. All the ones that have potting mix, they're still really moist, especially the little ones. Normally the little ones, they would dry out within a day because they're so little. And in here I keep all the fans on, but it's definitely been working. For instance, this poor guy, he is like really struggling with the variegation, but this one would always dry out, so it was already struggling, but the potting mix is still moist, so that is good. This one was already struggling from the beginning, just the variegation is just not holding up that well. Everybody else is doing really well in here, nice and firm, staying moist. So I'm really happy about that. So this box is kind of just like a growing box or like seedling box, but over here we have the alocasia corms and we have some Hoyas and a few other things. So just looking right at it, this guy kind of just popped up recently. So I'm actually going to get him on the shop. This is alocasia fried egg variegated corm. So he is ready to go. And then we have one more down here, and he's really little, so I'm trying to wait for it to get a little bit bigger, and then all the rest of the corms, they are sprouting. Since having them in here a few days, I feel like I see a little bit more progress on the alocasia corm because some of them weren't even sprouting at all. I didn't see any green. Definitely love these so much. If you haven't got one yet, you can get one right on my website at plantlifelex.com. You can display it in so many different ways and use it for so many different things. Definitely a must-have if you're a plant person because I feel like you can do so much with this. Just gonna take you guys through some of the plants, let you know what I'm putting up this week. This is the Anthurium King of Space crossed with an Ace of Space. This one's already on the shop, but it recently did just push out this leaf, so now it has 4 instead of 3, so we need an updated picture on it. This one is still growing, so I'm expecting it to get quite big, so we'll see. Same situation for this alocasia fried egg. Recently put out this leaf here, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves in total. This one's definitely on its way out, so I am just gonna cut it. Yeah, we have some new leaves on this, so it needs a new picture. We have this Paricio Verde here, this little guy, and then we also have this Paricio Verde here. These are Hoya Walleniana UT 152. We have 2 of them going up, and then we have 2 more Hoya fungi. We have this cute little Monstera Esqueleto. This one finally unfurled its leaf, so I'm excited to get this one up there. This is the alocasia fried egg variegated. This is the Syndapsis Jade Satin variegated, and then we have 2 Monstera Adansonii Arias. I think I'm actually going to give these guys a bigger pot because they've been on the shop for a little bit and they are pretty root bound, so I'm probably going to just repot them really quick into a 5-inch. Then we have an Adansonia albo. This guy's a little wonky, but he's still good, so we're going to get him up and ready. He was like a propagation and I recently just potted it up. And then this guy right here, this is an Epipremnum marble. This guy's been on the shop for a while. As you can see, it's grown a ton, so I'm going to try to sell it as it is and give some updated pictures because the listing does not reflect how this plant looks right now, and if it doesn't sell at this size, we'll probably cut it back down. So that is everything that we have going up today. So I'm going to go ahead and get pictures of these, get them edited, get them up on the shop, and then start working on pictures of the pots as well. And then I want to look at all the propagations this week because if anything is ready, we're going to get them potted up and then they'll be ready for next week's restock as well. The week of the 21st, I am going to be getting another wholesale order, and there's also going to be some other different things on the shop as well. So once we get a little bit closer to that time, I will share with you guys the new updates that we're going to have to the shop. So let's go ahead and get these pictures done and start working on the shop restock. So at the moment we have 4 different pots here that need photos because these are the new sizes. We already have both of these styles on the shop already. These are just bigger sizes. This one we already had, it had just sold out. It has air slots on the side and it has a lot of drainage on the bottom. This is perfect for your anthuriums that are like top heavy, philodendron. These are also really good if you like to use leca because leca doesn't fall out and you can easily flush your leca with these pots. So this is the 5.5 inch one. Keep in mind that these ones, they all have a tapered design. So it's 5.5 on the top, but it's a little bit smaller on the bottom. I have all the dimensions and stuff already typed out for the listing, so you can see everything there for reference. And then at the moment, this is the other slotted one we have. This is the 7-inch one, and it's the same thing, just really big on the top, and it tapers down at the bottom. And then these two here, these are our typical round pots. We already have sizes 4, 5, and 6. So now we'll have this one, which is size 8, and then we'll have this big one here, which is size 9. Like I mentioned, we don't have all the sizes yet, but we do have these ones, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get these ones listed on the shop for you guys, and then once I get the other sizes, I'll get those up as well. The best way I found to take a picture of these is that I just fill them with potting mix and then take the picture, and then it's easier to see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and get these done, and then we'll be done with the pictures. I'm in the middle of cleaning the house and this is the last room to clean. So what I need to do is organize all of the new pots onto the shelf in front of me. I'm gonna have to definitely move a lot of things around, try to find new homes for it. Kind of just try to make everything work. I really don't want to have to keep them just stored away in boxes because if I don't see it, then I feel like I don't have it and then I just lose track of everything. It's just easier for me to just see everything. So I'm going to try my best to reorganize this shelf and maybe reorganize the other shelf where the plant display cases are. I did restock today. Today is Thursday, by the way, and we've already gotten a ton of orders on just like pots and like display cases alone. So I'm gonna ship those out probably tomorrow, and then the rest of the stuff's not gonna get shipped out until Monday. Pretty much throughout this whole week, I was getting orders every day on like display cases and regular pots and plants, everything. So I've kind of just been back and forth, just going to USPS, trying to get the orders out as fast as I can. Sometimes I can get them out the same day, sometimes I can't. So I'm doing my best to get everything out for you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for all the orders. So anyway, let's go ahead and start reorganizing the shelf. Today is Sunday, August 20th. Today is my order packing day. I've been quite busy this week working on some other things behind the scenes, and now I can finally share them with you. I did post a few sneak peeks on Instagram and the YouTube community tab, but in case you haven't seen that, I am in the process of making some merchandise pieces for my shop, and that's going to include some clothing pieces like hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts possibly, also some stationery things like notebooks, planners, and some other things like tote bags and coffee mugs, stuff like that. So one of the designs I'm actually wearing right now, it is this sweater here. This is a crew neck sweater, and this is what it looks like. It says Plantaholic, and it has a gloriosum on the front like this. So I did make this design, and every design that you see come to the shop is going to be made by me unless it's specified that it's made by a specific artist. I have linked up with an artist in particular. If you guys been following me, you probably have an idea of who it is, but I'm not going to say anything yet because we're still working on it. Those pieces with that artist are probably going to be a more limited edition thing, and they're probably going to be like seasonal. So we're currently working on one of our designs. Hopefully we can have it done by December, if not for the new year. But at the moment I did create a few designs myself, and I'm really proud of them. I didn't realize how difficult this would kind of be, but I'm a firm believer that anybody can do anything. So I kind of just taught myself some things, and here we are. So yeah, this one is the Plantaholic sweatshirt. It is a crew neck. It doesn't have a hood on it. This one is going to come in black like I'm wearing and in white as well. The white one is going to have black text so it doesn't blend into the white fabric. But I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm really impressed. So all the designs are like a heat press design, meaning that the design is on a transfer sheet and they use a heat press to press it into the fabric. So it stays on really well even after you wash it and everything. And the hoodie that I picked is very soft. The inside also has like a fleece layer, so it's really comfy and cozy. I just want to stand up so you guys can see the whole thing. This is a small. I usually wear between extra small and small tops. Normally I get my hoodies and crew necks in a medium because I like an oversized fit, but I wanted to get them in a small so I can see how true to size they actually are. And I would 100% say that these are pretty true to size and they have a little bit of extra room. As you can see, it is still a little long on my hands, which is still good, and it comes down to like here. So I did make this one and I made another design as well. And the other design is this one here. This one says grow through what you go through. And it has some pretty plants on the front as well. And this one comes in white and it also comes in black. And I really just love it so much. I think they're both so cute and it's really cool seeing like your design come to life. We have these two crew necks at the moment. And I also created this really cute tote bag. This is a canvas fabric, so it's nice and sturdy and thick. Perfect for like your books, groceries, school. If you go to work, you bring your laptop to work back and forth. The design is a botanical greenhouse and it says plant parent on it. We all love a beautiful greenhouse and I think the plant parent is really cute. I like the colors on it as well. Mine's a bit dirty right here because I actually have been carrying it. I took it to the wine festival with me and everything and I got a ton of compliments on it. So it was really nice like seeing people like, oh my gosh, like your bag is so cute, where did you get it? And I was like, oh, I made it. So it's like really cool. But yeah, this is 100% machine washable as well. So I'm probably gonna wash it this week because I wanted to just wear it a few times to see how it holds up, and it's holding up really well. The canvas material is very strong and I think moving forward I'm going to just do this material because I did try out another material, a different style bag, and it was kind of a fail. So let me show you guys that one. So the other bag that I had designed was just a simple bag like this, another tote bag, but this one is larger. I was leaning more towards the larger size because I felt like it would make more sense if you had like, you know, your school stuff or your work stuff. I do work from home, but when I was working in the office, I would have to bring my laptop with me every day. We would have to bring our keyboard, our headset, your mouse, everything that you needed, we had to bring with us. So I had to have a big bag. So ideally, I was like, I would want to create a big bag like this, but for some reason, I'm just not a fan of this material, you guys. So this bag is 100% polyester, and for some reason, it just wasn't what I was expecting. It's a shame because I really like the design that I came up with, but I just feel like the quality of this bag is not thick enough like the canvas. Personally feel like I don't want to sell this because I just don't feel like the quality is up to par. I tried putting this design on the canvas bag. It just doesn't look right on it. I feel like it looks better on like a white bag or a black bag. And it's just, you know, it's a shame because this one has like box corners. It has a really long strap and it's like much bigger, you know what I mean? I think I'm gonna hold off on this one and keep trying to find a different type of big bag where I can put this design on it. And right now I think I'm just gonna stick with that canvas bag that I showed you guys earlier. And this is the black variation as well. This one, it was a bit of a fail. I do have my watermark on this because obviously I created this. I want my name somewhere on it. Very faint, but this one, it didn't even show up. So this one was a complete fail anyway. I'm glad that I just ordered these two samples because, you know, that's the point. You wanna make sure everything is up to your standard. And I just don't feel like this bag is up to my standard. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think about the bags. I'm probably gonna still work out some things with these or try to find a different bag. We'll see what I can do with this. I just have to sit down and try to find something else. So along with all the stuff I just showed you, I'm also in the process of trying to make some type of notebook or a planner or like a notepad. Something where you can just, you know, jot down your notes, jot down your plant chores that you have to do, stuff like that. Lately, I've been writing down a lot of stuff that I have to do for the shop so that I can keep track of it, and I kind of just keep it here. Also, I would ideally like to make like a notebook or agenda type of thing that's a digital file that you can use on your iPad with your Apple Pen. I've been trying to also use my iPad a lot more And I really like the idea of having like your own like personal notebook that's digital, that you can still go in and technically write on, but it's all digital. I've been like really obsessed with that lately, so I'm looking into making some digital products as well, like that for like the iPad users or the phone users, stuff like that, if you're really into it. A lot of this stuff is going to be on my shop, but I think a lot of it for me is kind of like a passive income for me for Etsy. I don't really want to sell plants on Etsy anymore, because there was like a thing going on Etsy, like you can't sell plants on Etsy and like they're taking the listings down. I don't know. It was like something that happened a few months ago, and then I just said, screw it, like I don't want to deal with Etsy like that anymore. Right now my Etsy, all I have is potting mix because that's easy, you know? So these are just regular plain spiral notebook. I'm still trying to figure out a planner or like a calendar type of thing. I think I'm gonna do a calendar for 2024. At the moment, these are the 3 notebooks that I created. Happy with them, but I'm not happy that I can't like do anything on the inside, you know what I mean? So real quick, let me just explain how the merchandise stuff is going to work. I create all the designs myself, and I've spent hours creating them, putting them on the products that I really want. But I'm going to be having a actual professional company print all the designs for me on whatever it is, and they are going to be the ones that are going to ship it out to you when it's done. This will allow me to still be creative and create the things that I want, but not be overwhelmed with me trying to make it myself in my own home. This just allows me to not house any of the products, so I'm not over consuming, buying all this stuff in bulk and waiting for it to sell. Everything on the shop that you're going to see, like for instance this crew neck, it is going to be made to order. So whenever you purchase it on the shop, it's going to come to me, but it's also going to come to the professional printing company, and then it's going to be made to order, and they're going to create it, they're going to box it up, and they're going to ship it to you. So that alone helps me out a lot, because if you guys have been here, you guys know I don't have the capacity to do this myself. As much as I want to, and you guys know I want to, I'm very close to everything that I do. I feel like I need 100% control of everything, so this is already hard for me to like let this go into somebody else's hands. But I'm very confident with how everything turned out, that they're gonna do a good job. And even if something is wrong with the order, you just let me know, and then they have amazing customer service. We can either refund you or reprint it and send it back to you. It's not a big deal. So this type of merchandise, if you're a shop and you're trying to understand what I'm doing, is called print on demand. So like I said, the customer will go to your store, they will purchase it, and it will get sent to the printing company that you have selected, and they will fulfill the order for you. Let's say you purchase stuff from me, my plant store. Like let's say you purchase plants, pots, whatever, you know, your typical stuff, but then you also added your crew neck as well. The merchandise is free shipping, so you don't have to worry about paying an extra shipping fee on any of your merchandise. You will just pay shipping for my store. So then what will happen is I will fulfill your regular order, and then you're gonna get an email from plantlifelex.com, like you always do, saying that your order has shipped. And then once your merchandise piece is shipped, you're going to receive another email saying your product has shipped, and it's going to give you a different tracking number, and that's going to come from the professional company. So you are not going to receive your plant items at the same time as your merchandise, because I don't have this stuff here. I just can't. I cannot hold this stuff here. Like you guys know, I got way too much stuff going on. I don't have the space for it. I just don't. So when you do get your merchandise, it's going to come very, very simple. It's not gonna be like the Plant Life Lex boxes where you get like, you know, the note card and everything like that. The packaging is going to be very minimal. It's probably gonna be very small and tight, just so that we can help reduce any unnecessary waste, you know what I mean? So I hope that you guys understand. That's how it's going to work if you decide to purchase anything. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about all the designs. Sorry for talking so much. There was just a lot of information that I wanted to get out. But now I want to go ahead and start packing these orders, because it's almost 11 o'clock in the morning and I have quite a few orders to pack. So let's just jump right into the order packing. I'm finishing up all the thank you cards right now, but I just had a thought, what if I just gave away those 2 bags that I created? And I think I'm just gonna give them away to 2 random people in this batch of orders. So I actually do something here with the shop that I don't talk about. Pretty much every batch of orders for the week, I will pick 1 random person from the order list and put something extra in there. Sometimes it's a plant, sometimes it's extra pot, sometimes it's multiples. It could just be literally anything, but I usually just choose 1 person, and I use like a random like number generator like with the orders so that I can pick it. But I also make sure that I don't like, you know, keep picking the same person. So on everybody's customer profile, I write like when I last gave them something so that I don't just keep giving the same person something, you know what I mean? So we're gonna give away the 2 bags, and I think we might actually give away 2 of the notebooks as well. I'm gonna go to the number generator. So for the first one, let's give away these 2 notebooks. So we're gonna give away 4 things. So let's see, generate. So how I do this is I use a number generator on Google, and I use the starting order number and then I use the last order number. So the first order number we have is 385 and the last one we have for this week is 399. All right, so let's go ahead and start it. The first one is 393. 393 is going to Yolanda in New Jersey. So Yolanda is going to get this notebook. I just wrote their order number on here so that I remember. So 393. 394. Wow, literally the next one. So the next one is going to go to Danny Tang in Virginia. This one here. So the next one is 397. 397. This one is going to Donetta. Miss Donetta. I know she's gonna be so hyped. Donetta has been shopping with me forever. Okay, and then we're gonna do the white bag. So the white bag is 390, and 390 is Kyra. Oh yay, Kyra! Oh awesome, Kyra got it. Kyra comments all the time on my YouTube channel. So I'm so happy that we get to give one away to Kyra. Okay, cool. So we're gonna give these guys away. I'm gonna keep the marble one because I really like that one. So we're gonna give away the 2 notebooks and the 2 bags. It's just a little way for me to give back to you guys because so many of you guys have been shopping with me, and I appreciate your business and you guys trusting me, coming to my shop, ordering stuff. We've been getting a lot of new customers from YouTube in particular. So hey guys, if you guys have shopped, thank you guys so much. Speaking about YouTube, we hit a year on YouTube as of August 15th. And yeah, I can't believe it's already been a year. YouTube is not an easy thing to do. You're really putting your whole life out there, but it's been great. And I feel like I've met so many of you guys and been able to connect with like all of you guys through YouTube more than I have through Instagram. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I hope you guys enjoy your free stuff this week.
찬바람 몰아치는 밤에도
Good morning, everybody. I'm about to start filming at the table, so I have all my stuff set up, but look around at the shelves. We literally have nothing left in the shop at all. And even over here, there's like nothing left. Today we're gonna be doing propagations. I keep all of the water pots in this bin. I think I showed you guys these in the last vlog when we changed the water and stuff, but I think some of them are ready to get potted up, so I'm gonna take a look at those. So I'm just gonna quickly go through these, and then I think what we're gonna do is try to repot some of these plants that need the bigger pots. Finally, you guys know we got the big pots in. So I'm gonna try to get around to that today as well. Just do a couple at a time, and then maybe next week we'll do some more. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these propagations. And if you're wondering when we're gonna get plants, we're actually getting them this week, the week of the 21st. So I'm going to be getting the shipment in this week, and then probably next week or the following week, I will try to get them all up on the shop for you guys. You guys know it's a lot of work, so I'm gonna do my best to get it up there ready for you guys. The first plant, this is a philodendron red Anderson. Red Anderson is a cross between Pink Princess and the White Knight. I usually don't wait too long when it comes to my props. As long as I stay on top of the watering with them, they usually do pretty good if I move them when they're this small. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move it. This mix right now has like a lot of perlite dust in it. I was at the bottom of the bag for the perlite, so it's all just like dust, but it will all like drain out once I water the plant. And when I'm done, I'm just gonna give everything a heavy water and keep them watered so that they don't like die pretty much, because the roots are kind of small. So I want to make sure that the roots get enough water, and then like in the next 2 weeks they're most likely going to be ready to be put back on the shop. Philodendron brawl marks variegated. We have a good amount of roots as well, so we're going to go ahead and get this guy potted up too. So we got this guy here now. Some little guys in here as well. We have another Brawl Marks Variegated, a little starter, and like a little starter of Epipremna Marble. This is these two ready to go. So the strawberry shake had roots on it, but they rotted for some reason. This leaf is going, and this whole bottom is squishy, so I'm just gonna cut it, and we're gonna stick it back in water because it has these other aerial nodes in here. So we're gonna try again. I'm gonna give it some fresh water today as well. I'm just gonna put it to the side for right now. This is Precio Verde, and we have some good roots on this guy. This one is pretty good. It has pretty much 4 leaves. It has 2 here, 1 that's unfurling, and then this one is a new one coming in. Some of these will be ready this week on Thursday for the restock. We have another Precio Verde here. It has a big leaf, and it has a leaf coming in over here, and a nice big root. Some Florida beauties. So we have this one with the 2 leaves. I think I'm gonna cut this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut. Yeah. I cut it into 2. This is the top cut. It has a new leaf coming in here. This is the mid, but it does have a growth point here, so this one's gonna be fine. So we're just gonna re-root this one in water so I can focus on the area nodes here. And then we'll have 3 different plants. So that's kind of better for me. Yeah, I like that idea better. So we have this one. I love this leaf. This one is so pretty. When it comes to the plants that I cut, I don't list them in the shop until I see that growth point, because I just want to make sure that the plant's gonna grow, basically, you know what I mean? So we have the 2 Florida beauties. Okay, so we have one of the Esqueletos here. This one was the one that had that leaf that was unfurling, so it started to unfurl. This mix is just literally all freaking perlite dust. Oh my gosh. So annoying, but it will wash out once I, water the plants. It'll be fine. A lot of you guys that got your acrylic plant display cases, you guys have already been sending me your pictures and they look awesome, you guys. So thank you guys so much for purchasing them and sending me your pictures. I'm going to update the shop today with like everyone's pictures that have like sent me them and stuff like that. If you don't know, if you do purchase one of the acrylic plant display cases, make sure you send me your pictures or hashtag PlantLifeLex on Instagram or TikTok so I could find it, because I would like to display everyone's design on the shop so that other people can get like inspiration and stuff. And I also want to say thank you guys so much for supporting the shop, even though there's literally no plants on the shop. So many of you guys have still bought like pots, plant display cases, potting mix, stuff like that. And we've had like a really stable like last couple weeks, even though the plant inventory is low. And I'm really grateful for that. If you're thinking about starting a plant shop, definitely think about getting some non-plant products into your store, because we're such a specialty shop that there is going to be times where you don't have plants, so you want to be able to make some type of income. I am trying to work on getting more non-plant stuff in here, especially because winter is coming up, so you know how that goes. So speaking of winter, if you are a new customer around here, I do ship all year round, and last year and the year before I was even a shop and I was shipping, I've had zero issues of anybody getting their plant dead from the cold. And we shipped all around the United States all year round. When wintertime comes, you'll see an option on the shop for you to purchase a heat pack. And since we ship plants only with priority mail, 1 to 3 business days, we do have the heat pack for 72 hours, which is 3 days. That will keep your plant warm in the box in case it is like really cold. And I understand that it's definitely scary thinking about buying a plant in the winter time and stuff like that. So many people buy plants all year round, and a lot of people are so afraid to purchase them in the winter time, which I get it. Even me personally, when I've purchased plants in the winter, I've never had an issue. And I've even purchased like imports in the middle of winter, like that have gotten stuck at customs and stuff like that and everything, and they were fine. I personally feel like you have more of an issue shipping the plants in the heat than the cold. But yeah, I think ultimately it does come down to the seller and how they package them. Yes, things do happen and a lot of it is out of our control. For me, my policy is as long as you ordered a heat pack with your order and your plant arrives dead, I will 100% refund your order, but you have to have that heat pack because that's the, your winter insurance right there. If you purchase a plant from me with no heat pack and it dies, I'm so sorry, but like there's nothing I can do because you chose not to order the heat pack. The heat pack is $5. So yeah, I will always refund it if you purchase a heat pack and it arrives dead. We didn't have anybody last year that any plants arrived dead or the year before. So yeah, I really make sure that I pack it really, really well. If you're in a state where you're going to experience really, really harsh conditions that week that I'm shipping, just make sure you reach out to me and let me know because we'll hold off until the next week, okay? I know we're talking about winter shipping a little early. I'm actually shocked how many of these are really like ready to be potted up. I was not expecting this many, so I'll keep an eye on them this week to make sure that they're ready for Thursday, and if they're not, they'll just go up the following week. Amy Durian medium blue. Got some little roots here. These guys took a really long time to root. I remember I was propagating these since I was at the apartment like 3 months ago. I also cannot believe that I've already been in the new house like for 2 months already, 2-3 months almost. It feels like we've been here forever at this point, which is so crazy. This might sound so cheesy, but like I feel like we've already created so many memories in this house. Like it's just crazy. The cats are doing so well with the change. They love the house so much. They love like going up and down the stairs. Like they play on the stairs a lot. In the mornings, I go downstairs, open the windows for them, and they love it. They just like sunbathe all day. It's so cute. And that was like a big thing for me. I wanted to make sure we had a good amount of like windows and stuff for the girls to like lay in and really enjoy it. We're at the apartment. Nobody knew that we had cats, so they weren't allowed to like lay in the windows or anything like that. So I can just tell that like they're just loving life. We would like to get a bird feeder out in the backyard so that they can like watch the birds and stuff. So the propagations are done for right now. I'm gonna water them after we're completely done. What we're gonna do now is finally repot some of my plants that need bigger pots. So I have quite a few big plants that kind of just been sitting in 6-inch pots or whatever I had because I was waiting for so long to get the bigger pots in. The sizes that we have for the clear pots are 4, 5, 5.5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this Billy right now, which you can see is massive and in need of a repot. This one is in the 5.5 tall deep pot. It has the air slots on the side. I really love this pot. It's one of my favorites. We now have it in a size 7, so this is the size comparison. It's drastic. So we're gonna move this guy into this pot today. I'm also gonna have to start getting some bigger saucers because the biggest saucer I have is 6 inches. So this Billy, I got this plant last year and I got it from a small business in Florida. The shop is Jenny Sprouts. The owner, her name is Jenny. She is amazing. If you're ever in Orlando, please go check out her store. She has a beautiful shop. I've never been to it, but we talk a lot on Instagram and stuff like that. This leaf right here, you can see it's bent. This leaf was bent from the shipping when I had unboxed it, and it's still alive. I don't know how, but it is. So I've been waiting for so long for these pots. It takes such a long time for them, and I don't even have all of them still. So I think I need to plan it out a little better when I'm going to order them because it takes so long. This guy is stuck. Here it is. And I'm just going to just plop them in there. So I'm just going to fill around it. That's usually what I do when I'm like up potting. I kind of just leave them alone. It just depends though on the situation. Recently, James and we rented that movie Insidious, the new one. We love scary movies, okay? But I feel like lately scary movies just are not scary. And I do not feel like that movie was scary at all. If you've seen it, let me know how you feel about it. And if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments because we're always trying to find something scary. And there's like nothing. We used to go to the movies like kind of often, but our toxic trait is that both of us will fall asleep. No matter what the movie is, like we'll just fall asleep in the movie theater. It's so bad because like it's so comfortable. So we're just at the point now where we're just gonna start renting them at home. So yeah, we have Amazon Prime, so we've been like looking for movies on there, but I'm just like, man, like these movies suck. I do want to see that movie, I think it's called Talk to Me or something. That looks really, really good. I just hope it's actually scary. But yeah, we're going to see. I think we're going to, once it's available, rent that one. But let me know if you have any suggestions for like scary movies, because we love them. We also like playing scary like games too. We played a game called Phasmophobia last night, and it was so scary. If you're a gamer, you probably already know what the hell I'm talking about, but it's actually so scary. In my downtime, I'm just chilling at home. I don't really go out like that. Pretty much like ever since the pandemic, my whole life has changed. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And I think a lot of people's lives obviously have changed since the pandemic. But I, believe it or not, was so different from then and now. You wouldn't even recognize me. Like, I was in the club. Like, I was in the club every weekend, y'all. Like a crazy girl. Then the pandemic happened, and now I'm just here playing with plants all day. Like, life has completely changed. But I'm very happy with where I'm at right now, and I just like being home, you know? Like, I'm such a homebody. I would prefer to be home. I don't even really care about going out to dinner like that. I would rather just order the food and be home. And I think it's also like because I finally have a place that I can enjoy. Like, I enjoy being home, you know what I mean? Like, I love our new house. I've been in the middle of finding that work-life balance, you know, in the business and trying to do fun things that I like at home, like my hobbies and stuff like that. This is the Billy. I think on Facebook I had seen somebody, they had a really big Billy, like huge, but they were hanging it from their ceiling. And ever since I saw that, I just want to hang this plant from something. I feel like it will be so cool. Next, we're gonna finally address my poor Anthurium luxurians. So this guy was like one of my best plants. I loved this plant. I got it from Ecuagenera, and it was like one of the best purchases I've ever gotten from them. And I don't talk highly about Ecuagenera at all, but it was one of the best purchases that I ever got. It was doing great, and then during the move, we didn't move in right away because we were renovating this house like ourselves. So for like a whole week, I just had the plants back at the apartment. They didn't really have that much light because we were slowly bringing stuff over here. So they were just kind of just sitting in like bins, and this guy just completely tanked. It had like 5 leaves, and now it's down to this one, and it's like crusty and ugly. So I'm gonna just move it into a really big pot. So for this guy, it's currently in a 6, so I'm gonna move it into this 8 right here. But yeah, I was super bummed about this plant. This was like one of my favorites, you guys. But, you know, things happen, and there was just nothing I can do. Like, I was just not home. Like, I could not care for the plants. That's why I had sold so much of my collection before I moved. I knew I was just gonna lose plants, so I just sold what I could, and I just kept like my favorites. Because when I moved, I only had like a couple bins of plants, but I even felt like that was a lot to have, like, to move with. It was just the fact that we couldn't move in right away, so I was just gone and just not able to care for the plants while they were back at the apartment, you know, for like a whole week. And sometimes with plants, that's all it takes is a week. Like a week or a couple of days, and your plant will look totally different, and that's literally what happened. All the leaves had yellowed over. I'm hoping that now, since it's in a bigger pot, it will just put out a nice growth point. Maybe we'll just focus on its roots for a while, and then maybe in a few months we'll get another beautiful leaf. So the next plant here, it's looking a little different than it usually looks. This is the Anthurium forgetii crossed with the crystallinum, or vice versa. This was one of my first Anthuriums, if not the very first, in like 2021. I started collecting plants in 2021. So this plant gets really, really big, and the leaves kind of go everywhere. So frequently I do trim the leaves, which I did recently because it was just time. They were just looking a little too crusty. They just needed to go. We're gonna just go ahead and move it up to the 8 as well because I know that it needs it. This is Anthurium Brielic Zara. This guy has had its ups and downs. Guy got his new pot. Hopefully we'll see some new leaves from him as well. And then we have one more. So this is the last one. This is Anthurium King of Spades crossed with the Ace of Spades. This is a newer one in my collection. We do have one of these on the shop as well, and we've had them pretty much all summer. So we're just gonna go ahead and bump it up to an 8 and let it just grow out from there. This Anthurium is becoming one of my favorites in my collection. I just think it's growing so nicely and it looks so beautiful. This leaf right here was the newest leaf. You can see the size difference. So this new one coming in is probably going to be massive. I don't really repot my plants that often. I kind of really let them get to the point where they're so root bound, as you can see, before I move them, because I feel like they're fine. Cleaning off the leaves with the neem oil, dish soap, and water solution I always use. Yeah, so here is this guy. So that's pretty much it for this week's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week in the next vlog. See ya!